Welcome back to Hardball. I'm joined right now by the roundtable tonight, a new roundtable. Ryan Grimm's the Washington bureau chief of the Huffington Post. Susan Milligan is a political writer with US News and World Report, of course. And Jason Johnson is a Sirius XM radio host and contributor to NBC BLK. And let's listen again. We picked up this pearl tonight to what Donald Trump said to a questioner. His first question, which he said he's glad he got that question at his town hall up in New Hampshire. Let's watch Trump. I'm so glad we went live with him because you saw him live. Everybody else is now going to get it picked up a little late, but we got him live. Let's watch.
We have a problem in this country. It's called Muslims. We know our current president is one. Right. You know he's not even an American.
We need this
birth
question.
certificate, man. But anyway, we have training camps growing where they want to kill us. Mm-hmm. That's my question. When can we get rid of it?
We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people are saying that bad things are happening out there. We're going to be looking at that and plenty of other things.
So, you know, I want to start with Susan on this. The number of statements made by this guy up front is unbelievable. First of all, he calls President Obama our current president, as if he's really not legitimate. Then he calls him a Muslim. Then he says he's not even an American. And then he says we got to get rid of these Muslims, like an ethnic group we got to get rid of. So that is the core, I would argue, that he doesn't want to mess with. And I'll call it again. It's where we first heard of Donald Trump politically, his talk of this birtherism crap of his. And here he is buying into it again when he could have said, you know what, like John McCain said, he's an American like me. We disagree. Your thoughts, everybody in this, but first, Susan.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, is how differently John McCain handled this in 2008, and, you know, that the honor in Senator McCain for saying that. But, you know, look, a lot of us have been sitting around saying, how did this guy get to 30-some-odd% in the polls? And this is how. That element of the Republican primary electorate that's so angry, that's so frustrated, that feels like the country's being taken over by immigrants or minorities, whatever, that's the element that's supporting Donald Trump, and it was exemplified perfectly in that man's question. The fact that Donald Trump didn't challenge any of it was stunning to me.
We have always had racial prejudice in this country to some degree. We've had ethnic rivalries, you know, clannishness, whatever you want to call it. But this guy's talking about truth. He's playing with the belief, I would argue, some would argue, that this guy is some sort of interloper, that he somehow snuck in. Remember, he used to say nobody knew him in high school. Like, you know, the man, he wasn't really in those high schools. Like, those records weren't really his. He was somehow snuck through, created a false biography, and somehow got to the White House. I mean, this is really conspiracy nutcase stuff, and there he is perpetrating it, saluting it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, though. I mean, the sort of Scooby-Doo logic of birthers that somehow they figured out that Barack Obama snuck in, but no one else has.
Can we hear him
That's been the kind of thing he's been playing for years.
Can we hear him there? We don't hear him. Okay, can you repeat that for me, Jason? Because I couldn't hear it out here.
Yeah, I was just saying, the sort of Scooby-Doo logic of birthers, that they somehow figured out that Barack Obama snuck into the country, but no one else has been able to figure it out before them, has always been a core of this Republican Party ever since Obama announced in 2006. So I'm not surprised that Trump is playing to that.
Jason, give me a percentage of actually believe under sodium pentothal, put them in the box, put them in a lie detector. No, really, just throw that term out. What percentage would pass a lie detector saying this guy's from Borneo or Kenya or wherever, Indonesia? How many would buy he's an illegal immigrant sneaking into the country? How many would buy that?
I mean, by the Pew survey, it says about 60% of Trump supporters believe it. So that seems like a safe number.
Well, that's 60 of 27, okay?
Right.
Let's be fair here. That's 60 of 27. But Ryan, let's not call the whole country wacky. But I do think there's I love that word, element. There's a word that's always used for people you don't like, an element. And you're here. By the way, let's watch this just to set you up here, Ryan. Here's McCain answering a very similar situation. And he was in trouble at this time. He wasn't leading Obama at the time. He was fighting for his life politically. Here's how he responded, quite differently than this guy Trump just did tonight.
I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about. He's not. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Ryan, it makes you proud.
Yeah, it does.
It makes you proud. It's a very American answer. Maybe we shouldn't be saluting it, but it made me proud at the time, and it makes me more proud now.
It's especially after watching Trump's performance right there, because not only did he have one opportunity to knock that down. Let's say you know, any crowd can have one nut. A few questioners after him said, "Boy, am I glad that you took that question from that guy about the Muslim training camps, because we really do need to do something about those Muslim training camps." And then Trump engaged in this kind of joking back and forth with him, saying, "Oh, don't get nervous, you're on national TV." And the guy then proceeded to stumble through a question about how the Bureau of Land Management is pointing its weapons at farmers to extract fees from them. You know, there's kind of a belief among Democrats that bringing this out in the open ends up helping them in the long run because it exposes a crazy element. I wonder how dangerous that is in the long term, because in a way you start normalizing this. If we keep seeing this kind of language accepted as part of the conversation, I don't know where this is headed. I think it's uncharted territory. But
well, I will tell you, it's been charted to some extent. A lot of the people in the suburbs of the United States, people who are moderate Republicans, do not want to be thought of. They may have moved away from the city out of racing away from downtown to get away from black people, whatever they did 20, 30 years ago. They are not proud of the fact that they're perceived as anti-black. They don't like it. They don't like being known that way, and they don't want to be identified. Women especially don't want to be known that way. So I think Trump's going to have a lot bigger problem going beyond 25, 27%. Anyway, we'll see. As somebody said earlier, I think it was the great Jason here, you don't know how far this crap goes. Thank you guys for sticking around tonight. Ryan Grimm, Susan Milligan, Jason Johnson. That's Hardball for now. Thanks for being with us tonight. We caught a big one tonight. All In with Chris Hayes starts right now.